Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Okwogera njogera omweru takira muddugavu. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Nakamwantette agenze ku mbuga okundoopa, senaakola ntya? Agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Okwogera njogera ensulo eyogera n'olwendo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala munkolimbo. Okwogera njogera omweru takira muddugavu. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo. Agalilala, agalilala munkolimbo.
Hi, my beautiful kings and queens. You are here with Hash and Isis, and what I'd like to do, Mr. Hash is, he's very special in the sense that he is a spiritual guru. He's also an African spiritual doctor, herbalist. He's also a community leader, and he's also a keep fit and international bodybuilder. And he is here with you today because he wants to help you find the true you, the true meaning to life. And so our conversation is going to be very deep, and you're going to need your pens, your papers, and your mind chatter. You need to quiet your mind for this. So we have some beautiful backdrop music for you from the wonderful Tunala Eno. So Mr. Hash, or should I say Dr. Hash, is in the house, and he's going to be speaking to us today, and he's going to be sharing knowledge and wisdom. So without any further ado, I am going to introduce the great Dr. Hash to you. Dr. Hash, please, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. What can I say? Hotep.
Hotel.
Salam alaikum. Shalom. Shanti. Namaste. Om Shanti. Namaste. Peace be upon you. Whatever language, whichever way, I greet you the greetings of love, because love is all there is.
Sure.
Love is the truth,
Sure.
and it's all about love. So I greet you in the greetings of peace. And before I continue, I would like you to open up your mind, because all I'm here to share with you is love and the truth about who you are, and how that knowledge can help make your life better in whatever way. It's about sharing. I'm just here to share what I have discovered.
Fantastic. So Mr. Hash, I'm just going to throw the questions out because the people are waiting at home tentatively with their pens and papers. Now, who are we and what is our true potential? As a spiritual guru, what's your answer to that question?
Wow.
Very deep, isn't it?
You know, it's the age-old question. And that's what this whole life is about. That's all the disappointments that we go through, all the pleasures, all the pain, all the breakthroughs. You know, even when a footballer scores a goal and it's like, rah, that's all about. We are here to know who we are, and that is the older question: who are we, and what is our potential? You see, I think that even that subject alone could take us the whole show. But because we've got so much to talk about, I will simplify it. Simplify it very, very short.
Please do, Mr.
To the best that I can. I believe, in my understanding, who we are in the simplest form. We are spiritual beings who have decided to have human experience.
Absolutely.
And what does that mean? Because sometimes I don't want to get you into hocus pocus. It's all nice words, but what does that mean? Because that's where the confusion is.
Well, that's very important.
The understanding is the key. It means that me and you and the listener out there, we are the essence of the creation of this universe. This thing that whatever being, be it God or goddess, that created put this whole thing together, is experiencing itself through us as human life.
So we are the vessel holding.
Yeah, we are vessels that the spirit that put this whole thing together, through this vessel that we call a human being, that spirit, that miraculous, mystical, magical, unexplainable spirit, uses this vessel as human being to experience itself, to know itself. Well, that is why there's a saying in I think South Africa, or Africa for that matter, it's all Africa, that I am because you are. You get the point? Because this is the only way that this amazing, all potential power can experience itself.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me give you a quick, simple example. Suppose the whole of London, listeners, we're talking from London right now.
We are in the heart of London.
Suppose the whole of London is yours. Let's say that is your palace. Not even Buckingham Palace, as big as it is. People travel all around the world to come and see. Okay, suppose the whole of the city of London is your palace, is yours. But you're the only you're the only person in that palace. For that matter, you're the only person on this planet Earth.
That'd be very lonely, I would imagine.
Okay. Apart from the loneliness, how can you define yourself? How will you know whether you are poor or you're rich or you live in a palace or not? Or how will you know without a next person or a third person, somebody to witness?
Yeah,
you get the point?
It'd be impossible, yeah.
This is the mythology around this whole thing. The one had all the potential, all possibilities, infinite power, infinite creativity. It is omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient. It's got all knowledge, it's everywhere, it's all powerful, but it couldn't know itself.
No.
So it decided, that's we in that matter, decided to put ourselves in a million, billion pieces. But in each atom,
there is the hole.
There's a hole in there.
Yeah.
And from that level, it starts to evolve. That is what evolution is about. It starts to experience itself. That means the spirit was in the rock. The spirit was in the tree.
It sleeps in the rock.
It sleeps in the rock. I think it dreams in the tree.
And it awakens in man.
It awakens in man.
So that means that God, the God self that is our spirit or our being, because we talk about the human being. So the human is the vessel that holds the being. So the being inside is aware of itself.
Yeah, the being inside is aware of itself, but this is the problem. This is the problem.
Right.
For the being to have become a human being, to come in a human form, it's got to reduce itself.
That's the problem.
To the smallest
So,
level.
It's not that it's aware of itself automatically. That's the goal. The end goal is to become aware of itself.
The end goal is to become aware of itself.
Because
but
it's
for that to
forgotten
happen,
itself,
it has not to be aware of itself.
Initially.
Yes.
Which is the veils.
Yeah.
Which are
Because
the
how can you know yourself?
Can you talk about the veils, Mr. Hash?
Okay. The veils is basically it's like the best way I can explain the veil is, like electricity. If you're an engineer, that's how electricity works. For you to put your TV or your phone, your mobile phone,
you cannot have the massive power or explode.
Yes, it will not explode.
Yeah.
Because the power station, the powerhouse where the electricity is coming from, if all of that voltage will come, it will blow you and the house and everything up
So it's
straight
too
away.
much power.
So it's got to be reduced down
The power's got to be reduced to get
to a smaller level, so that it's enough to charge the mobile phone
But not-
or to make the computer work,
Yeah.
but not blow it.
Yes. So
But the difference between the human form and the spirit in the human is the human has a potential to keep on receiving the power of the powerhouse. You get the point?
yeah, it can go
Because the human being
high
is not.
potential. That's why we talk about the potential.
Yeah, the human being is not a fixed creature.
No, not
That's why the human being has all potentiality,
both ways.
both ways.
Can be a beast. Or
Yeah,
the
you can
most
think
amazing-
very small. You can be living in fear and not get rid of and get poor. That's what poverty is all about. Poverty is actually, I would sometimes consider it as a disease.
Yeah.
It's not knowing
Who you really are.
That's
What your
it.
capabilities
and
are.
what your capabilities are. But that has to happen. It wasn't an error. And that is what the religious people call the devil. You understand what I'm saying? Or in the Islamic culture, they call it the shaitan, or the Jewish call it Satan, or whatever it is.
Right, okay.
That is what it is. It's the being that was reduced to its smallest potential.
Yeah.
And that's what created fear. But the purpose was for us to bounce back and start growing and expanding.
For sure.
Growing and expanding and becoming more and start having more power like the powerhouse itself. Because that in so doing, the little being start to know about the all powerful that was there in the beginning.
Sure.
That's what it is. We are the children. But other people have different terms. It's just different way to describe the same thing. In Islamic culture, they say we are slaves to Allah.
Right.
What does that mean?
Right.
We are slaves to Allah. It just basically means that what is the relation between a slave and a master? It means a slave is supposed to take the orders of the master. You know what I'm saying? So it's in another relationship. It means we are children of God, the son and the father.
Sure.
So the father the son will take orders from the father. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So these are all different descriptions. So if you feel good using the father and son relationship, you can use that. If you think that it's about slave and a master relationship, if that's how it works for you, you can use that. You get the point?
Yeah.
But that is what it means. We are here to solve problems. And that's our potential.
So what is the cause of so much pain and suffering then? If
Okay.
we're masters,
Yes.
why are we suffering?
The so much cause of pain and suffering is when the little us, because remember a human being.
The ego.
Yeah, the human being is a tool. We are being driven by two forces.
Two forces, yeah.
There is the higher aspect of ourselves. That's where we get inspiration from. We get ideas. Every child got great dream. Even adults. That is coming from the aspect of ourselves that wants to evolve and get larger and more powerful and become more like the powerhouse.
Absolutely.
Giving the example of electricity. Understand? But at the same time, there is an aspect of us, the conditioned mind, that is more drawn towards the fear, the littleness that happened when we were reduced
So that's where the pain comes
to the
from.
smaller aspect of
That's
ourselves.
where the pain comes from.
So
Not
some
knowing.
of us, which is the masses, are more drawn to the fear aspect of themselves, the little aspect of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Oh, poor me, I'm not good enough aspect of ourselves. Oh,
It's only me.
it's only me, I'm only human.
Yeah, oh my god, that's the
That
worst.
aspect of ourselves. And if you look at
So
society,
that person saying I'm only human is writing off their
potential
powerful being.
yes,
Yeah.
they are more drawn to the fear aspect of
Wow.
themselves than the loving aspect of themselves. And if you look at in society, that is why there is the rich will keep getting richer and the poor keep on getting poorer, because what happens is everything attracts the same kind. So if you are growing towards the powerhouse, you grow more bigger and bigger towards the powerhouse.
Because that's where you're heading anyway.
Because you are evolving, you when
And it's the same if you keep looking down,
if you keep looking down,
you will
you keep on
going that
drawing
way.
more
Yeah.
fear circumstances.
So it's like when you're in the car, whatever you look at, wherever you focus, that's where you led up.
That's the insecurities. You get more insecurities. You're living in fear. You only want a secure job because you want job security, or you can't even. You're scared to create, because remember, we are here to create. That is the greatest pleasure that a human being can ever get, the ability to create.
So how does that affect us in, say, relationships with people?
You mean the fear aspect of it?
Yeah.
Well, what happens is we become afraid with people. We become afraid of people, and we do not want to take any risk to do anything. We do not want to create. We're more concerned about security than freedom, and that is what poverty. That's what causes poverty. Poverty, unemployment, suffering, people abuse, all these horrible things people do to each other comes from that aspect of our nature. That's what causes wars. That's what causes wars among nations, war between people, individuals. You know what I'm saying? Ego trip, people making. It's infinite. I can't even finish listing this. The children of this aspect of our nature, all suffering, poverty, lack of security, lack of creativity.
What are your thoughts?
It's all
then?
part of that.
What are your thoughts then on people who, like some people say, when you get groups of people suffering, like we've got world poverty, people, are these people attracting it, or is it that we as a collective are being selfish?
Yeah, because
there's two trains of thought.
Yeah, that is a complex question to answer, but I'll explain to you to the best that I can, because
Of course.
I might understand what I'm talking about, but the problem is communication. Because before you saying something, you feel you know what you're saying, but before that person hear it, they will understand it on their level of understanding. So I'll do my best. What causes this kind of differences in terms of like on the planetary level is because of the same aspect of ourselves that I would call the ego, or you might call it Shaitan, or you might call it Satan, or you might call it the devil. These are all names describing the same essence, some aspect of human nature, and it's part of that human nature that is living in fear.
Right. Yeah.
But individually, how does that fear expresses itself in the individual person?
Right.
That's what I was explaining. When you're not creative, you're looking for security all the time. In terms of relationship between a man and woman.
That's interesting. You said like going after security means you do not use your creative gift.
Yeah, because you are scared. You're living in fear. But the real being, the real spirit that we are, is not afraid.
God is not about security. God is about creativity.
Yes, because what is God?
The ego is about.
God is not trying to secure itself from anything, because it's all God. It's all
always
love. That's
secure.
why you see, the way you can understand this is love. If you are in the love of all, and it's all is love, then what is there to be afraid of?
But a lot of people would argue that if they become too loving and trusting, then they could get hurt.
Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying. You see, the challenge and the confusion is always entangled with the words, lack of the meaning of words. Because the word love has got two meanings. But the confusion that we're in now, when we use that word, in most cases, we're not clear what aspect of it, which side of love we're talking about. Are we talking about the sentimental, the love, you love me, you love me,
yeah.
or are we talking about the creative power of love that keeps the whole universe in operation? The power of love is what keeps the whole planet Earth spinning around the sun. Are we talking of that kind of love? Is the love that made the sun shine on the earth every day without ever complaining that what have you done for me lately, Earth? Imagine if the sun start asking the earth that I've been giving you sunshine all these trillions of years, what have you done for me lately? That argument alone will collapse.
Yeah,
you get the point?
A lot of catastrophe.
But our highest evolution is to get to the point that we can experience that level of love. That's humans' highest form of experience. To experience God, love as the source, I will call God, the source of all creation. This mystery that we're trying to discover, the way it expresses itself, is kind of love, God's kind of love. That is our highest aspiration in life. And this is why sometimes when we are in a situation that we are interacting with other people, that's why I love neuromarketing. That's why I love what I do. Because once you understand the purpose of life,
because network marketing is more about relationships, isn't it?
yes, or even creativity in any form. Creativity in any form. Once you understand the purpose of life, you play this game like the game of your life, because it gets connected with your own evolution. It becomes your purpose. That is what we're here to do. And if you're not doing that, you will never be fulfilled.
So how do we know what our purpose is? How do we know that?
Our purpose? How do we know? By how we feel. Look at the things that you do. Do you get much joy doing a repetitive job? Okay, for example, I used to just, I'm done. Every service is a good service. As long as you're serving humanity, you're contributing. But it's about what you do. How do you feel? How do you feel? I used to be a cab driver, mini cab driver in London. And I'm not putting it down, but sitting on the steering wheel every night, does that really make you feel elevated? Or when you're in a situation whereby every day you have the opportunity to transform somebody's life.
But somebody would say you're meeting new people all the time.
Oh yes, that's what I'm saying. That look, in every situation, that is the beautiful thing about the human nature as well. That we are so infinite possible being that we can turn lead into gold. It doesn't matter any situation we're in. We still have the potential to transform that situation. But in most cases, because we're so drawn to the negative, we rather just not do much with the circumstances that we're in. That's the beautiful thing about what makes us human. That it doesn't matter whether it's the Illuminati, whether it's the government. The real government is your own mind. That is the real government. But when you are not aware of it, then an external force takes over. Because someone is going to do the direction. It's like the garden. If you don't plant your tomatoes or your vegetables or your flowers and design a beautiful garden, the weeds will take over. Because something's got to grow.
Something's got to grow, yeah.
And that's how it works. So I'm just in love with the human, the potential of the human being, the amazing creature that can come out of ashes and recreate itself like a phoenix.
So that's the purpose of life.
That's the purpose of life. We are here to solve problem. And what is that problem? That problem is to know who we are. Know thyself.
So, Mr. Hash, Dr. Hash, do you feel that you know yourself now? Where are you on that self-knowledge journey? Because it is a journey.
It is a journey. And that's another important thing. I says, if I remind you, I'll be for this thing. Because it's a journey, that is what made the game interesting. The purpose of life is not to be perfect, because we never reach perfection. It's to grow. It's to keep growing. So our purpose is to keep growing. So it's about enjoying the journey. It's not about arriving at a destination. There is no destination, because each destination is a beginning of a new journey. So once you understand that, you will see the importance of making your life a masterpiece, whereby every day you do things that you are uncomfortable with. Because by doing these things, it's how you grow. It's how you experience a new aspect of yourself. For example,
don't try to make life easy for yourself. Too easy.
Each time it's easy, you are dying. Easy means you are dying because you're not growing. It means that when I say growth, what do I mean? Trying to reach another human being. Get broken out of your comfort zone.
So just go for it.
Network with people. And that's why I'm saying that.
Why do people find it so hard to network with people? Why is it hard to meet somebody and just say, hello, my name is?
Because the culture, the predominant culture is the culture of the ego. The ego is the predominant culture. It is so filled up with fear and insecurities. So what happens is and the media doesn't help, because in the media it's the ego dominated media. So they feed our ego in the sense that there's so much fear around about other people. Or there is so much like, oh, I don't need anything from you. If I'm saying hello, it means I want something off you. So we've created, and then you hear all these negative things going on all the time. So instead of loving one another and very open to one another, we are now living in this thing that we are so afraid of one another. And that's why most people are not fulfilled, because remember this, who we are is spirit. And if you isolate the spirit like that, it doesn't matter how much your job could be paying you $1 million a month. It wouldn't make any difference. You can never experience your full potential just by having more and more stuff.
Right.
Unless you are connecting with other souls, unless you are connecting with other people, unless you are networking with other people, making a difference in someone's life, adding value to people's life, inspiring people, awakening humanity. Because you are alive, you're making a difference.
So that's
what inspires you.
It's like becoming a match. It's like becoming a match, striking another element.
Yes.
And a
flame. Yes. Yeah. Because when I'm the match, I'm the element. When we strike, a flame ignites.
So where there's more than one, I am there.
I'm there.
So yes, you can have a good time by yourself, but you can have a magical time when you embrace another.
Yes, and that's where creativity happens. We are here to grow and contribute. And this is the higher self. That's the experience of the higher aspect of ourselves, the spiritual aspect of ourselves. When we're growing and contributing, we get fulfilled. Yeah. Why? Because our spirit is being fed So we can feel our spirit because our spirit is growing, and that was the purpose in the first place.
Because just like we eat every day, we need to eat spiritually, don't we? We need to consume spiritual, nutritious
Yes, and
information.
Information. It's not just about consuming information.
We need to connect with our God self.
Yes, it's about taking action. We want transformational education, information that we act on. For example, I can tell you all about if you do 100 meters every morning in about 30 days, you will lose weight. But you know that. But if you don't go out there and find it, you're not going to change. So I'm more into transformational education, learning and implementing, taking action, because that is what really, really transforms your life. Through the action, you're doing things that you're not comfortable. That's what changes our life. Getting up and drinking your green juice in the morning, that will transform you. If you do that for 30 days, your life will be transformed. There will be another you. You will feel better. That is the experience.
Why don't we do it?
Why do we do it? Conditioning. We've been conditioned. What I mean by conditioning is society, social hypnosis, because everybody's not doing it. So sometimes it feels odd for us to do something different. You get the point?
Right.
But it's a kind of a bridge that it takes a lot of effort to cross it. Once you cross to the other side and see the beauty, the freedom that is on the other side, you never come back again. And the amazing thing about this life, this modern world, is there is so many helping hands that are there to help you to cross that bridge.
That's why there's so many of us, isn't there?
To help you to cross that bridge.
Find your spiritual family.
To find a spiritual family.
Okay, Mr. Hash, on that note, we have talked, you've shared wisdom, knowledge. What I'd like is for you to just share something with the people, with the kings and queens, that is going to take them into their full potential. What words of advice, what words of wisdom can you leave our people?
What can I say is, the best question I can ask, I will ask, that will solve it all is, I first learned that from a very powerful man, a man of wisdom. And he said that, and the question goes, what will you do if you know that you couldn't fail?
That's very powerful indeed. Yeah.
Think about that. What will you do if you really know that it's impossible for you to fail?
I think we'll do almost anything, really. Almost anything.
For example, say for a guy, what will you do if you know that that girl that you really fancy, it's impossible to fail?
She'll say no.
Will you go for it more? Will you even have fun? If you're a girl, what will you do when you know that it's impossible? I don't know how to, that husband of yours or your boyfriend or whoever this person is, because women seems to have different kind of I don't know the drive. What drive men and women seems to go
well,
to.
I would imagine, yes.
Women are more into connectivity. Get the point? What will you do if you know that whatever connection that you want, it's impossible that you can never get it?
Is it possible to get it, or
it's possible?
It's possible to get it.
It's impossible to fail.
It's impossible to fail.
Or what will you do if you know that dream, that desire of yours to do something, whether it's a business, whether it's a business you want to create, whether it's your business, you got a business and you want your business to grow. Say, a lot of people are working from home these days.
Yes.
What will you do if you really know that this is my dream life? I really want to work from home, or you even got it and it's not growing. What will you do if you know that whatever goals and desires and that you're dying to manifest, that it's impossible to fail getting there? Will you take more action?
Absolutely.
And this is who we really are.
And we want to enjoy the experience too.
We're going to enjoy the experience. And once you understand this philosophy, life becomes a game. It becomes fun. It becomes an adventure. You wake up, you go to bed late and wake up early.
Right.
Full of energy because you want to go out there and
make
see
things
what are you
happen.
going to be, what can you experience today? How many people can you get in touch with?
Anytime life-
How many lives? How much magic
Can you create?
is going to happen in your life? How much surprises is going to happen in your life? And that is my heart desire, to really get thousands and if possible millions of people to be able to have that ability to develop that belief in themselves, to embark on this journey of self-discovery. The ancient call it alchemy. And really transform this earth, this beautiful earth, where we can all get to love and care and connect and create so much abundance and bring and transform this planet that was meant to be a paradise. And that can never happen. A government cannot do that. We have to do it as individuals.
Absolutely.
Elevating one another, inspiring one another, waking each other up to know who they are, their potential, and not just knowing it by reading books and books. That's what used to happen to me. After you know it,
Well, you know it
put
on
it
an
into action.
intellectual level, but you need to embody it.
You need to embody it.
And
You
make it
need to
become who
take
you
action.
really are.
Get involved. Sign up in the business, network marketing companies. That allows, that educates you, that challenges
Give
you.
us a little talk, a very brief 60-second talk on why internet, why network marketing is so powerful.
Because to me, what I love about it is the education that it gives you,
The training.
the personal development, the self-development that comes with it. Because what I've realized that anybody that involved in that industry, even if you read about Robert Kiyosaki and all this, because it's first of all, it's the most easiest and the simplest, cheapest way
to get into
you
business.
can become an entrepreneur.
Yeah, and also it exposes you to people that perhaps you probably wouldn't come into contact with
I mean,
on a daily basis.
The potential of it, I really think that is the best thing that has ever happened in the capitalist Western world. This world of the freedom that we enjoy. I mean, if people one day wake up and realize,
Why do people not get it though? Why is it?
because it's social conditioning, because the education that has been given to people is based on employee mentality. It's about working in a factory. That is why there's always a gap of what's happening out there and what is being taught in schools. Like Bob Marley said, he said if he only went to school, he would have been an educated fool. Because wisdom comes from experience.
Within you, yeah.
And if you look at the history, what is happening now, all this, there's no more job security. There's no more security in anything right now.
No.
There's no more security. There's no security in relationships. There's no security in anything. And that's why people are finding it hard. Because we've been educated to depend on outside forces to validate who we are. But the planet, the evolution of humanity is moving from the third dimension to the fourth dimension. That's another thing altogether.
Actually, what from my understanding is some people are on the fifth level.
Fifth dimension.
Yeah.
So the old systems
Dying.
is dying, and people are not mentally and emotionally equipped with a new way.
Are you in that zone? Do you feel as though you're there?
Of course, that's why I'm here. I wouldn't be here doing this talk. I'm there.
Do you feel that you've moved out of the third dimension? Or do you think you're moving out?
The thing is, I'm not just trying to blow my own feel or anything like that. You see, the way you know is, look at what do you do? What do you do? Are you really in control? Are you having security within yourself?
Do you feel that you're in control?
Yes, because I wake up. Whenever I wake up, I'm a creator. I wake up for whatever I want to wake up. I'm a free human being. I can go wherever I want to go, whenever I want to go. I talk whenever I want to talk. I eat whenever I eat. I play whenever I want to play. I dance whenever I feel like dancing. I exercise whenever I feel like exercising. And that's what life is all about, to be in control.
And do you feel most people are not in that control?
How can you be in control when you have to wake up at a certain time? You are like, and I'm not putting down jobs or anything, but to me, like, okay, for example, sometimes I'm a kind of person, I'm very connected with my feelings. I might just feel up the night before that I don't really feel well. I don't feel comfortable in my own skin. I mean, the next day I just want to go on a detox. So I can just decide and do that, make that decision and do it. But if I have to report at 7 o'clock or 9 o'clock in some office somewhere, how can I do it the next day? So I'm gonna wake up and feel with the same state of mind, uncomfortable with all kind of toxins in your system, and you just want to get a job done. You're not in control.
But some people feel isolated when they're not in environments like that, and they find it hard to get themselves going. How would you say that people should manage themselves and be productive like they would if they had the carrot and the stick of the manager?
If they don't have the carrot and stick,
you know, people find it hard to self-motivate.
Okay. If they don't have the
carrot and stick is the manager, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. That's why we all need coaches. That's why we all need coaches, because it's sometimes very difficult to manage yourself by yourself, to be your own supervisor, to be your own
coach.
It's because it's like.
Why is that, Mr. Hash?
Because the way the human mind is. Okay, it's like, for example, it's difficult for you to see yourself without a mirror.
I can see my arms, but
you cannot see your face.
No.
Get a point?
No,
So
that's a good thing.
get a point?
Yeah.
So this is what it is. We do need a next person. It's like the person becomes like a leverage for us to really know more about ourselves. And this is what we do.
And do you think that's kind of what relationships are about as well? People become a mirror for each other and draw out the toxin of the personality so that the spirit can be revealed.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a different subject that we'll be talking on one of these episodes, because that is a long subject. That is a long thing we can talk about, because and the reason why
it's very interesting, and most people
okay, you know what? That is going to be our next episode.
I think we need
so.
to.
You have to come and listen.
If you want to know about relationship, if you want to know the real reason for them, not the Hollywood version of why relationship occurs, you have to be at the next episode.
We'll be talking about that tomorrow.
We'll be talking about relationship and why they exist.
And the importance of relationships. Because this whole existence is about relationship.
Yeah, and not just relationship with the man and woman.
Yeah.
But even with the chair you sit on, even with the food you eat, even with the air you breathe. So we're talking about relationship from all aspects. So anyway, as you know, this is an amazing place to come if you want to learn about yourself, if you want to learn about things that are not talked about on the TV, are not talked about on LBC radio. Come to this show. It will elevate you, it will inspire you, it will take you to levels within yourself that you didn't know exist. So people, come back tomorrow, we'll be talking about relationship. But what I'd like to leave with you is, please focus on the positive. Remember that you are a powerful spiritual being. You can make anything happen. You can become anything that you want to. Just choose. Just decide and just go for it. So we'll be back here tomorrow with the great Dr. Hash.
Remember, you should sign up.
Remember to sign up
so that you can receive
everything. on the front of the video recording, the audio recording, there is a website that you can go to, www.empowernetwork.com/hash. Do you want to repeat that, Mr. Hash?
It's www.empowernetwork, like empowering people, empowernetwork.com/hash. HASH. It's actually in front on the video, I believe.
Yeah, it's on the front.
And then when you go there, remember to sign up. So because when you sign up, you get access to all our. There's more and more and more
you
of
get
this.
free blogs on all
to educate yourself
about personal development, about financial development, and health, and all these different things, relationship as well, because we do talk this, we do spiritual information on relationships. If you've got problems with that area, we can help you also. But you have to sign up, you have to go to the website, and you have to listen to these shows. because this is where you get to connect with us directly. Okay?
Yeah, so that's it then.
So we're over and out. So good night from me.
Good night from Mr. Hash, Dr. Hash, Hashim, Larry, whatever name you call it, it doesn't really matter because it's all about the essence.
Okay,
Because-
we are going now. Mr.
Yes.
Hash, Dr.
So
Hash.
take care. We love you. Always remember to live with passion. Live in love. Love is all there is. Love the life you live.
And live the life you love.
Love.
Woo!
Peace and love.
Yeah!